Have you been struggling to find the perfect GPU to pair with your 10th generation Intel i5 processor? You know, the 10400, 10400F, or 10600K. These are super popular chips for budget and mid-range gaming rigs in 2020, but they are still capable of handling some of the latest GPUs. Well, that's exactly what we're going to be covering in this video. I've shared my top GPU recommendations for each of these 10th generation i5 CPUs. If you're working with a tight budget but still want solid 1080p gaming performance, the RX 6600 is an absolute steal in 2024. At around $200, this card gives you insane bang for your buck when paired with any 10th gen i5 processor. Despite being an entry-level GPU on paper, the 6600 has enough muscle to run even the latest AAA titles at high settings when gaming at 1080p. We're talking butter-smooth frame rates in games like Fortnite or Red Dead Redemption 2 without any CPU bottlenecks. Now, I wouldn't recommend pushing crazy intensive visual effects like ray tracing or heavy upscaling with this pairing, but for straight 1080p gaming with high graphics, the 6600 is an insane value pick that won't leave you with any performance headaches. What's wild is this $200 card actually outperforms the last generation's $400 GPUs in many cases when paired with a decent CPU like your 10th gen i5. It's just insane performance for the price point. It's just a solid option for 1080p gaming on a budget. So you've got around $300 to spend and want an awesome GPU for buttery 1080p gaming with your 10th gen Intel i5 processor? The RTX 4060 from NVIDIA is a damn solid choice. This mid-range beast packs all the latest GPU things like ray tracing, DLSS upscaling, and a nice performance bump over the last-gen RTX 3060. It absolutely demolishes any game you throw at it for a premium 1080p experience. At that 1080p resolution, the RTX 4060 lets you go absolutely overkill with max settings, graphical effects cranked up. I'm talking smooth frame rates even in demanding titles like Battlefield 2042 or Spider-Man Remastered with all settings enabled. Now, while the 4060 can also run games at 1440p, thanks to DLSS upscaling, there are some limitations to keep in mind. With just 8GB of VRAM, this card may struggle with some of the latest games at that higher resolution. So for casual 1440p gaming or slightly older titles, this card is decent. But for the most demanding or new releases at 1440p, you may need to tweak some settings to avoid crashes or stuttering. Ray tracing is also an option on the 4060, as long as you're not going overboard with the effects. You can enjoy a balanced dose of ray traced without sacrificing performance. So if premium 1080p with no compromises is the target, while leaving the door open for some light 1440p action down the road, the RTX 4060 is pretty much the way to go in 2024. All right, but what if you've only got around $250 or less to spend, but still want great performance at 1080p with the ability to push into 1440p territory for demanding games? In that budget range, AMD's Radeon RX 6650 XT deserves a serious look, especially when paired with an older but still capable 10th gen Intel i5 processor. For under $250, this card punches way above its weight class compared to previous gen GPUs in this price bracket. At 1080p, you can max out all the graphics settings in even the latest titles and enjoy smooth frame rates. But the real beauty is the 6650 XT has enough grunt to also handle many games well at 1440p resolution. While you may need to tweak some settings in the most demanding titles, overall you're getting a great high-res experience that previous $250 GPUs could only dream of. Now, one more limitation to keep in mind is that this GPU can struggle with ray tracing effects. If you want to enable ray tracing, you'll likely need to make some visual trade-offs to maintain smooth performance. But for normal 1080p or 1440p, the RX 6650 XT simply dominates everything in its price class while also giving you just enough of a taste of solid 1440p gaming as a nice bonus. Speaking of pricing, the 6650 XT makes for a very compelling alternative to NVIDIA's popular RTX 4060 GPU while saving you around $100. You're getting relatively comparable raster performance for a lot less cash if you prefer AMD's take on affordable high-res gaming. All right, for those of you looking to go all in on premium 1440p gaming with serious future-proofing, AMD's new Radeon RX 6750 XT deserves your full attention. This is essentially the successor to their beloved RX 6700 XT, priced at around $350. The 6750 XT delivers a nice performance uplift over the previous generation while maintaining that insane level of value that AMD is known for. Pair it with any 10th gen i5, you will get great performance without any bottleneck. I'm talking about being able to max out all the graphics options to insane levels on even the most demanding titles and still enjoy liquid smooth frame rates at 1440p, Cyberpunk 2077, Forza Horizon 5. What really sets the 6750 XT apart is its whopping 16 gigabytes of VRAM. That's a ton of memory headroom, ensuring you won't run into any bottlenecks as games become more graphically demanding in the future. Now, if you're all about ray tracing, I'll be honest, the 6750 XT does have its limitations in that department compared to NVIDIA's RT-focused cards. But if you're after stunning visuals at high resolutions, this AMD offering is pretty much unbeatable in this price range. The RX 6750 XT is honestly tough to beat as a premium 1440p GPU partner for that old faithful 10th gen Intel Core i5 in 2024. So these are some of the best GPU recommendations for your i5 10th generation CPUs from my side. And I know there are many GPUs you can also pair with this processor. Please tell me what you are going to pair with your i5, or if you have any recommendations, please feel free to share. Thanks for watching.